I'm going to give you the information you need to help prepare for your test so you can be successful. Limit your risk to driving the first 6 months of unsupervised driving. You should avoid carrying passengers. From statistical research and driver's ed data, the more people you have in the car, the more likely you are to be distracted and have an accident. We want to teach you, me as a driver's ed instructor, to be safe. Next, you cannot prevent a person who has been drinking from driving. You should refuse to ride with the person. It sends a strong message. We want to support people. We want to make sure they're safe, and we want to make sure they make good decisions. You have identified a driver. As you're about to enter a vehicle from the side, you should start from the front. You never want to turn your back to oncoming traffic. You always want to walk toward traffic. You always want to be aware of what's going on. You have the right of way when someone gives it to you. I get a lot of questions about the right of way, and it's really important that you understand about the rules of the right of way. The first car to get there is the first car to leave. If two cars come together at the same time, the car on the left must yield to the car on the right. A driver's field of vision should include the entire area of the surroundings of the car and the road. You want to be able to see to your left. You want to be able to see in front of you. You want to be able to see to the right. You want to be able to see behind you and your blind spot on your left and your blind spot on the right. Vision is one of the most misunderstood areas that I see as an instructor. Next, before turning left, it is important to yield. Yield means slow down to oncoming vehicles. Let's pretend my hand, these are vehicles coming toward me. I have to wait until traffic is clear. CLEAR. Once traffic is clear, then I proceed to the middle of the intersection. I'm going to check for pedestrians to my left. Then I'm going to come up and turn hand over hand into the nearest lane, LANE. Keep your turn short, smooth, and effective. Accelerate through your lane. Next, when driving past a parked vehicle on the right, you should maintain your position to the left of your lane. When you're driving in downtown areas or neighborhoods, there's a lot of traffic everywhere. You need to take your time. You need to assess, do I actually have room to drive down the street? Are there big trucks? Is it a one-way? Is it a two-way? If you have signs facing you, stop sign, yield sign, you're on a one-way going the wrong way. If you have signs that are facing the opposite direction, you're okay. So you've got to look. When preparing to move your vehicle, after you have put it in gear, the next step is to release the park brake. The park brake is a parking brake, no pun intended. Example, if you're parking downhill, you want to put your car into park, pull up the park brake till it locks, and you want to turn your front wheels all the way to the right. If you're parking downhill, you turn your front wheels all the way to the right. If the park brake fails, the car will roll into the curb. If you're parking uphill, you want to turn your wheels away from the curb, pulling up your park brake. If the car rolls out of gear, it will roll backwards into the curb. You should adjust your seat so your foot can pivot between the gas and brake. You want to use the ball of your foot. This is the ball of my hand. You want to use the ball of your foot so you can pivot between the gas and brake pedal. Head restraints. That is that square cushion behind your head of your seat. It should be in the middle of your head. If you're hit in a rear end collision, you'll be knocked forward, then your head will go back, and then you'll have whiplash. So you want to have that head restraint adjusted properly so you have plenty of neck protection. Every time you drive, you need to make a pre-driving routine check of your tires. Are the tires damaged? Are there nails in there, screws in there? Is the temperature of the tire cold, hot, warm? You want to check your gauges. Do you have fuel? Is your car operating in the correct temperature? Are your mirrors adjusted properly? I want you to sit in the car, frame the rear window in your center mirror. Your driver's side mirror, you want to look straight ahead and adjust that mirror so you can see a little bit to the left. Let's pretend this is my mirror. So when you're driving, it's just a quick look. And then let's pretend this is my right mirror on my passenger side. So when you're driving, you can see. Mirror adjustment is critical. Next, if a vehicle is equipped with airbags, and what does this mean? There is a bag. Let's use this as an example. This bag is in the dashboard. This bag is in the steering wheel. In the event of a collision, that bag will fill up and cushion your face, your chin, in case of an impact. You still could chip your tooth, dislocate your chin, split your lip, knock your teeth out, but that airbag will help. So if you have an airbag, the most safest place for kids is in the rear seat. When you're driving, your little niece and nephew, can I ride with you? Can I ride? You need to sit in the back. I want to sit in the front with you. Tell them you need to sit in the back. Next, inertia is the primary reason safety belts are important in a crash. This is true. If we're driving on an expressway at 70 miles an hour and there's an impact, I want the seat belt across my torso. That's the large part of your body where your head and shoulders are connected. And then you want the other seat belt across your waist so you're secure in the car. Next, one of the following advantages of using enhanced mirror settings, head and shoulder checks are greatly reduced. It's just a quick glance to the left, a quick glance to the right. You always have to check your blind spot. When preparing to move your vehicle, you want to shift into gear. The next step is to release the park brake. When you are adjusting your mirrors, you want to adjust your seat first. Thank you, Ham. I do appreciate you. Ham, if you're enjoying this, make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you look all through the videos. I do read my comments, and it's been very positive. A lot of people have left great comments, and I want to go live as much as I can. So, Ham, it means a lot, and this is why I do this. Which of these is an appropriate use of a horn? You just want to tap it, dun, 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 to alert others. You don't want to lay on the horn and scare someone, because if you lay on the horn and scare someone, they're going to be startled, and they're going to stop in the middle of the street, and then you could end up striking them. When the temperature light comes on as you're driving, it usually means that the temperature of the engine is not at a safe level. What do? You could turn on your heater to the highest setting, and that could blow the hot air out of the engine into the inside of the car. This will help drop the temperature down. If your temperature is not going to drop down immediately, 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, you need to get over to the right side of the road, shut the vehicle down, wait 10 to 15 minutes. Once the pressure is down, open your hood, check everything. Don't open the radiator cap yet, because that coolant can come out and burn you. Excuse me. To make small adjustments while parking, you need to use idle acceleration. What is idle acceleration? 3 miles an hour, 5 miles an hour, 7 miles an hour. I posted some videos. Parking lots are very dangerous. Many of you are in that 16 to 25-year-old range. 2 to 5 p.m. is the most dangerous time. You have a lot of young drivers who have less than 10 years of experience. If you're 16 watching this, 10 years is 26. If you're 17, 10 years is 27. If you're 19, 10 years is 29. It takes time to learn how to drive in a parking lot. It takes time to learn how to drive in a neighborhood. It takes time to learn how to drive to downtown Houston, Texas, to downtown Detroit, Michigan, to downtown Windsor, Canada. You need to be able to understand signs, signals, pavement markings, and to pay on toll roads where you have to pay money to go on a road. If you do not have to stop for an emergency vehicle, that is traveling on the other side of a divided highway where there's a physical barrier. There's a wall, a brick wall, a aluminum fence, a guardrail. We always want to give emergency vehicles time to circumvent traffic. What does that mean? They're driving to the left. They're driving to the right. They will try to take the area of least resistance that is safe. How should you approach a farm machine in the roadway? Adjust your speed and position. There's still a lot of rural areas here in the United States and around the world. Farm machinery and dirt roads are some of the most dangerous roads that we have. Ask me how I know. I've been in the ditch 5 times with students because it's a soft shoulder on the dirt road. You hug the right, you go right into the edge of the road. Serving as proof of the driver's financial responsibility to pay for damages resulting from a crash, certain states require proof of insurance. You have to be able to carry this with you and show an officer if he or she requests that. How can you reduce the risk of driving through a construction zone? Adjust your speed, stay alert, minimize distractions, turn on the radio. Tell your friend, you got to stop talking. You want to start looking left, middle, right, scan. Because our construction workers, bless their heart, they are doing a fabulous job to get our roads done, and it takes time. If the rear tire blows out, you might experience a oversteer. The rear tire has blown out, you might swerve to the left or swerve to the right. You want to lift your foot off the gas pedal. Do not hit the brake pedal. You could roll your car over. Which of the following is most important to the vehicle? It's your tires. Your tires are the most important thing. What I need you to do is make sure your tires are in good operating condition. You have proper air pressure. It could be 32, it could be 35, it could be 37. Check your tires when they are cold, C-O-L-D. Make sure that you look at the manufacturer's recommendations either on the tire or you open the door and the automotive manufacturer's requirements for tire pressure. Next. While I'm on a level 1, and a lot of states across the United States have a level 1. What does this mean? You can only drive a certain time. You can only drive with someone 21 or older. This is to promote casual driving, learning how to drive, learning how to be safe, learning how to merge, learning how to go through a roundabout, learning how to be a defensive driver. There's so many elements to driving, and I want to continue to show you those elements. Next, what is the appropriate thing to do with your horn? You want to tap it to alert drivers. Guys and ladies, I will go live later tonight at about 7:30, 7:45. I want to say thank you for the support. Look at my videos, and if you really like it, subscribe to my channel. Bye, guys.